Hello, my lovelies. All right, Cancer, you get a bonus reading. So you had the most views and interactions of my videos in the last month. So I decided you get a bonus reading. Who am I? I'm Joni Vovo, of course, a drag performer in Sydney's Inner West in Sydney, Australia. And welcome back to Vovo Drag Tarot. So this is a general reading for the Cancer collective. So if Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising, blah, 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 blah. That's my usual spiel. I'm just going to jump straight in. Today we're using the RuPaul Drag Race Tarot deck. My wonderful friend Bones gave this to me. So shout out to Bones, another queer artist, queer performer based in Sydney's Inner West. Otherwise, let's skip the preamble and just jump straight in, shall we? It's a general reading. You know the gist. You know the drill. All right, Cancer. All right, the Page of Pentacles upside down. So you might feel that you're currently in a situation where you're needing to learn a lot of skills. Maybe you feel a bit out of your depth. Maybe you're... not sure the context yet. We'll figure it out. Maybe this is a job context where you've been thrown in the deep end and you're floundering and there's so much you need to learn so quickly. And while you're absolutely doing your best, you do not feel you have the skills or resources to live up to whatever it is you've thrown yourself into the deep end of. This is probably a career reading. We'll see. I'll draw a few more cards. But yeah, it definitely feels like you're floundering, trying to just stay afloat, stay above water. But yeah, you're doing your best, but maybe you feel like you're a bit in over your head. Oh, okay. No, this isn't a career reading. Maybe this is actually a love reading. So Cancers doesn't sound right. I'll call you Cancerians. Perhaps you're in a connection at the moment. It doesn't have to be romantic, probably is, but there's some connection you have with someone else, Two of Cups, where maybe at first you thought there was this wonderful mutual energy where it was equal give and take, you were on the same page, you finished each other's sandwiches, where maybe at first, at face value, it seemed like this wonderful deep connection. And then something went awry. And then suddenly you realized you're in over your head, whatever this connection is. You place it where it is. Maybe friend, maybe romantic. We'll see how it goes. But there's some connection that you have where at first it seemed great. It seemed amazing. It seemed awesome. You were like, oh, I've met a kindred spirit. Maybe a soulmate. But then suddenly everything shifted and things weren't what they seemed. And you were suddenly feeling like, I'm in over my head. What am I doing? Where am I going? Yeah. And you suddenly felt like you were out of your depth. This might not be a bad thing. Let's keep going and see where it goes. So I dropped it on the floor. But the next card is the Queen of Pentacles, which is very much about you being in your own energy, knowing your value, knowing your worth, knowing exactly what you have to contribute and give. So that's a very interesting progression, going from the inverse Two of Cups to the inverse Page to the upright Queen of Pentacles. So it seems that even though this connection, whilst it seemed really good on paper, it seemed really good at face value, and then it deeply challenged you and made you feel like you were completely out of your depth and out of your element, it looks like this connection, whatever it is going to push you to really know your value and worth and what you have to contribute and what your strengths are is very, yeah, it's very interesting. It's like, whilst it completely frazzled you, it taught you how to take care of yourself, know what your skills were, know what your worth was, and then how you can feed that to yourself, but then also feed it to the people around you. So, there's a weird one. It's like, whoever this person is, whilst it completely shocked you and disarmed you and frazzled you and threw you out, completely out of whack, it actually helped you relearn who you are and relearn what your value, your sense of purpose, and what you have to give is. Does that make sense? Again, this doesn't have to be romantic. Maybe this is a work context. Maybe there's someone at your workplace that really challenged you, and maybe you don't maybe you don't get on with them at all, but what it taught you is what you have, what value you have, and what you have to give in this situation. Sorry, this is really specific. Again, doesn't have to, could be romantic. I don't think it is. I think it's just some person came into your life and they were a curveball, and it caused you to reassess who you are. And it, even though you might be a bit miffed at this person, you're like, oh, this freaking person came in my life, but it taught you or pushed you back into knowing who you were, knowing what your value is, knowing what you have to give, knowing what you have to contribute. I hope that makes sense. This is very specific. All right, my loves, let's keep going. Yeah, exactly right. So whoever this person is, it just completely knocked you out. Maybe this is, I don't know, maybe this is a boss, and at first the boss was like, yeah, we're all on the same team. We all want to achieve the same goal. You're valuable. I want you to contribute. And then suddenly this boss shifted and changed and showed a completely different side of themselves and completely showed their true colors. And it completely threw you and maybe bought into what they said. And then you had to deal with the aftermath of their character change. And it took you a lot of work and it took its toll on you. Whoever this person is, and just seeing their personality shift and seeing their true colors shift, it took its toll on you. Again, it kind of feels like it was a blessing in disguise, that it took you back to knowing who you are, your strength. I'm just repeating myself at this point. We'll just focus on this. It took its toll on you. Yep, it was a learning experience, but it was hard. And maybe you're now considering, do you stay in this situation? Do you stay or do you go? Or do you continue? I have a feeling you're going to continue. Whatever this situation is, it feels like a work reading, a career reading. Whoever this person was that threw you out, whoever this person was that was the curveball, maybe a boss or a coworker, I have a feeling you're going to stick it out. But you're at that point where you're like, I'm tired. This has been hard work. Why am I here? Why am I doing what I'm doing? All right, maybe you're going to stick it out. What did I say? You are going to stick it out, because, so the Queen of Pentacles is just the lower version of the Empress. You 100% know your value and your worth. Excuse me, my cat is meowing at the door. 1 second. Jinx. Come on. Hurry up. Come in. Hurry up. Good girl. Good girl. All right, Jinx. Come on. Come on, puss. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. So what did I say? You 100% know your value and your worth. But also you are unshakable on that. You can see the Empress here, RuPaul, of all people. She's on her throne. She is not going to be moved. She's not going to be shaken. She does not lose sense of who she is for anyone. So this curveball person has helped you dig your heels in to not lose your sense of self and not lose your purpose for why you're in this situation. Let's just say workplace. Period. So you're going to stick it out. It's been a hard battle, but you're not giving up. You're going to continue. You're going to persevere. You're going to see it through. The Hierophant upside down. So the marvelous thing about you realizing how amazing and awesome you are, and about realizing exactly what you have to offer and exactly what you have to give, is that nothing around you phases you. So any of the things that you're meant to do, any of the things that you should do, you don't give a fuck. It's not important because you know what's important. No one can put on you any other value or criteria or goal, or basically no one can tell you what to do, because you know exactly why you're here and you know exactly what you're doing. No one can deter you or shake you from that. I would dare say you're at a point where you're like, fuck the system. That's a wonderful energy. If you know what you're doing and why you're doing it, then yeah, fuck the system. Perhaps this person that came in, they tried to put the system on you. Sorry, that's a very clunky way of saying it. This person maybe was playing by the rules. Maybe they were trying to hustle. Maybe they were trying to be like, what am I trying to say? This person said and did all the right things on paper at surface value. But underneath it all, the reason they were doing it and the purpose they were doing it did not align with you. It was false. I have a feeling this person is a go-getter. They're just trying to succeed in their career. They're just trying to get ahead at all costs, but their actual work output and what they're doing is just garbage. You know again, not to repeat myself, you know the value of what you're doing. You're there for the right reasons. Fuck the system. Stick to your own values. Stick to your own alignment. That's whatever this is, feels like a career reading. You know why you're there and you know why you're doing it. Stick to that. Okay. Let's get some advice. Come on, RuPaul Drag Tarot. Oh, okay. So you have had a period of stagnation. You've had a period where you've questioned everything. But I feel like you're coming out of that. This person that threw you forced you to question everything. They forced you to question, why am I here? Why am I doing this? And you're coming out the other side of that and you're like, I know it. You're like, fuck the system, fuck everyone around me. I'm going to achieve what I want to achieve because I think is important and I think is valuable, and I'm going to do it. So do it. You're definitely coming out of stagnation and you're charging ahead. Like, what's the expression? All cylinders firing. I don't know about cars. That sounds like it, like what the expression is. All cylinders firing. You're charging ahead to in alignment with yourself. You know what you're doing. Don't listen to anyone. Do what you came there. Do what you came here to do. Do what you came there to do. Ace of Cups. So maybe up until now you've tried to accommodate for other people's feelings. You've been like, oh, well, I want to do this, but they might get upset. Oh, I think this is the way forward, but I need to talk to these people because if I don't, you know, they might not be on board. They might not be happy with what I'm doing. I have a feeling that you're going to stop caring about this. Stop caring about appeasing everyone else's feelings. Stop putting your energy out being like, it's like, oh, can I have permission to do this? Oh, I'm going to do this. Is that okay? I have a feeling you're in an energy where you're like, no, that doesn't matter. If it puts someone's nose out of joint, that's their problem. I'm not going to overcompensate for other people's feelings. And again, going back to this, like, you've tried to go through the front door. You've tried to be amicable, you've tried to be friendly, you've tried to convince people, and it seems people have stood in your way and opposed you, and you know your vision and values and what you're doing. Do that. Like, I have a feeling whatever you're doing, whatever your workplace is, whatever this task is, whatever this situation is, you're not doing it for any selfish reason. You're doing it because you have a vision. You're like, this is what will best benefit everyone. This is what we should do for the best outcome. And it might be unconventional. It might not tick all the bureaucratic boxes. You're like, no, this is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I believe in. This is the vision I have for everyone. So, you know, maybe it's the time to act and ask for apologize and ask for forgiveness later, rather than trying to do all this slow work of trying to get everyone on board before you act. Act. Believe in what you're doing. All right, what are we up to? Advice, external factors, hopes and fears. Okay, yes. My loves, of course. So you are worried about the risk of... So it seems like you've been playing it safe. And if you decide to play by your own rules, you're worried, is there going to be fallout? I'm just going to say it. Anytime you play by your own rules, there is fallout. There 100% is. So I would say, in your hopes and fears, what is going to be more difficult for you? Continuing to play it safe and not being able to act on what you know is true, what you know is important, and what your vision is, or acting on what you know is true and what your vision is, and then dealing with the fallout. Your choice. You always have choice. What's going to be more difficult for you to live with? Fallout or no fallout? Doing what you think is right or not doing what you think is right? Your choice. I'm saying this all very flippantly. I know it's a lot more complex than this. I'm just reading cards. I don't know all the details of your situation. So, you know, please definitely make your own choice, make your own judgment. Take this as just me poking you to think. And after you've thunk, make your own decision, okay? All right, final outcome. Also knowing, as I've already said, it's fully in your hands and fully your choice. Six of Wands upside down. All right, my loves, Cancers. If you choose to forge your own path, people aren't going to like it. I'm just going to put it out there, say it plainly. If you forge your own path, people aren't going to like it. So again, it's up to you to weigh the risk. Can you live with sticking to the rules, sticking to the system, doing things the way they've always been done, ticking all the boxes, keeping everyone happy? Can you stick to this? Is this sustainable? And maybe it is. That's your choice. Can you keep doing this? Can you keep accommodating to other people and putting your own voice second? Are you okay with this? Do you want to always feel like you're on the back foot and you're accommodating to everyone else? Maybe you do. Maybe you want to or need to play it safe, and that's okay. It's your choice. Or do you want to... Sorry, I'm a Scorpio moon, so I obviously have a preference here without saying it. Or do you want to shake things up? Shake shit up. Do things your way because you believe in it and you know what's right and you know what's true and you know what's in alignment to yourself. Your choice. 100% your choice. All right, my Cancerians, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. That was a very specific reading. If you would like a personal reading, click the description box below. You can find the link to my website to book a personal reading. Otherwise, the best way to support me is hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment. I would love to hear your feedback. Let me know, where in the world are you watching from? How does this reading resonate with you? And also, I've run out of things to watch on TV. Like, have you got a suggestion? I just finished watching The Marvelous Miss Maisel and I freaking loved it. Like, what should I watch next, please? Tell me. Okay, my loves, I'll see you next time. Bye.